Imagine an alien spacecraft entering our solar system for the first time. It passes the silent outer planets, the enormous gas worlds, the frozen moons, the rings, the dust, the darkness. Then, closer to the star, it sees something strange. A small rocky planet wrapped in blue. Not gray, not red, not dead looking, blue. Most of its surface is covered in liquid. Its atmosphere bends sunlight into weather. White storms spin over oceans. Green material spreads across continents. Its surface is constantly moving, cracking, breathing, burning, freezing, and healing. And on this planet, there are creatures made mostly of water, walking upright on land, staring into the sky and wondering where everyone else is. We usually ask a familiar question: what if aliens are strange? But maybe that question is backwards. What if Earth is the strange one? What if the weirdest thing in the universe is not an alien world with purple skies or cities inside asteroids, but this planet, the one we wake up on every morning, ignore most of the day, and call normal because we were born here? That possibility changes the alien question completely, because when humans imagine life beyond Earth, we often start with ourselves. We picture a planet with air, water, land, sunlight, weather, plants, animals, and maybe intelligent beings building tools and asking questions. We use Earth as the template. That makes sense. It is the only living world we know. But it also creates a trap. A fish born in the ocean does not think water is strange. A bird does not wake up amazed by air. A human does not usually look at grass, clouds, blood, trees, language, fire, music, fear, and death as cosmic oddities. We live inside the evidence, so we stop noticing it. To us, Earth feels ordinary. To the universe, it may not be. Start with the most obvious feature, the surface. Earth is wet. Not just a little wet. From space, it looks like a planet that has been flooded. Oceans wrap around it like a skin. Clouds rise from that water, travel across the sky, and fall back down again. Rivers carve land. Ice locks water away at the poles. Water passes through bodies, stones, forests, storms, and bloodstreams. For us, water is so familiar that it becomes boring. We drink it, wash with it, walk past it, complain when it falls from the sky. But to an outside observer, a planet with stable liquid water spread across its surface may be astonishing. Not because water itself is magical, but because liquid water needs a delicate kind of balance. Too cold, and it freezes. Too hot, and it disappears into vapor. Too little atmosphere, and it escapes. Too much pressure or the wrong chemistry, and the whole system changes. Earth does not just have water. Earth has water in motion. That motion matters. The oceans store heat. Clouds reflect sunlight. Rain breaks down rock. Rivers carry minerals. The planet is not a static ball with some water sitting on it. It is a machine of cycles. And that is only the first strange thing, because Earth is also covered in green. From orbit, the continents do not look like bare rock. They look stained by life. Forests, algae, grasslands, moss, crops, wetlands, thin living layers spread over stone. This is easy to forget because we are surrounded by it. A tree outside a window does not feel like a cosmic event. It feels like a tree. But imagine seeing photosynthesis from the outside, a planet where living material captures sunlight and uses it to build itself. A planet where the star does not simply heat the surface but feeds living systems. A planet where light becomes leaves, leaves become food, food becomes movement, movement becomes thought, and thought eventually becomes radio signals asking whether anyone is listening. That change should make us pause, because Earth is not just a rock with life on it. Earth is a rock that life has changed. Its air is not just background, it is part of the story. The atmosphere is full of gases that living things use, produce, and depend on. The sky above us is not merely scenery. It is a biological archive, a chemical fingerprint, a record of billions of small exchanges between organisms and the world around them. To us, air is invisible. To an alien scientist, it might be evidence. And then there is the surface itself. Earth does not sit still. Mountains rise, volcanoes open, continents drift, seafloors spread and vanish. Rocks are dragged down, melted, lifted, broken, and weathered again. A living planet may need more than a comfortable temperature. It may need renewal. It may need a way to recycle materials, regulate the climate, and keep chemistry from locking itself into a dead end. That is one reason some scientists and thinkers discuss the idea often called the rare earth theory. The basic idea is not that life is impossible elsewhere. It is more careful than that. It suggests that simple life may be common, while complex life, especially intelligent technological life, might require a long list of lucky conditions. A stable star, the right distance, a protective atmosphere, liquid water, a long enough stretch of time, useful chemistry, protection from too much radiation, not too many catastrophic impacts, maybe a large moon, maybe plate tectonics, maybe a planet big enough to hold an atmosphere, but not so big that it becomes something else entirely. Each one of these conditions can be debated. Scientists do debate them. Some may be less important than others. Some may have alternatives we have not imagined. The universe may have many life paths. But the strange part is the list itself. Because Earth is not just a planet with life. Earth may be a stack of coincidences that happen to keep working. And that raises a difficult question. If alien life exists, would it look at Earth as a normal life-bearing world? Or as a bizarre, lucky accident? Maybe alien civilizations, if they exist, do not come from planets like ours at all. Maybe they come from deep oceans under ice. Maybe they live around dimmer stars. Maybe their worlds do not have blue skies, open continents, forests, or seasons. Maybe they evolved without fire, without dry land, without visible stars, without ever seeing the universe above them. If that is possible, then Earth is not the standard. Earth is one version, and perhaps a very unusual one. Think about fire. Human civilization depends on it so deeply that we barely notice. Fire cooked food, hardened tools, frightened predators, cleared land, warmed bodies, and eventually led toward engines, industry, electricity, and rockets. But fire requires conditions. It requires fuel. It requires an atmosphere with the right chemistry. It requires access to dry materials. It requires creatures capable of controlling it. If intelligent life developed in a global ocean under ice, fire might be impossible. Not difficult, impossible. No campfires, no metalworking in the human sense, no smoke signals, no early furnaces, no night around the flames, telling stories while predators wait beyond the light. That means even intelligence may not be enough. A species could be brilliant and trapped. It could understand patterns, communicate, hunt, build, remember, and imagine, but never discover fire because its world never offers the opportunity. From that point of view, humans are not just intelligent animals. We are creatures from a planet where intelligence found flame. That may be rare, or it may be one path among many. But either way, it makes Earth feel less ordinary. Now move from the planet to the beings on it. Humans like to imagine aliens as strange bodies, large heads, black eyes, tentacles, insect limbs, transparent skin, metallic voices. But from another perspective, we might be the unsettling ones. We are skeletons wrapped in muscle, powered by oxygen, carrying electrical storms inside our skulls. We leak heat. We grow hair from our skin. We repair wounds with clots and scars. We carry colonies of microbes inside us. We sleep for hours and hallucinate private worlds. We reproduce slowly, care for helpless offspring for years, and build societies around stories no one can physically touch. We are emotional apes with tools. We cry salt water when overwhelmed. We make music by vibrating air. We bury our dead. We decorate our shelters. We become attached to pets, flags, songs, places, names, and memories. We are not simply intelligent life. We are Earth life. Everything about us carries the planet's signature. Our bones remember gravity. Our lungs remember air. Our eyes remember sunlight. Our fear remembers predators. Our hunger remembers scarcity. Our social instincts remember small groups, faces, voices, and belonging. If aliens met us, they would not just meet human beings. They would meet Earth, shaped into walking form. And maybe that is what every living thing is, a planet expressing itself through biology. A whale is ocean given muscle. A bird is atmosphere given bones. A tree is given patience by sunlight. A human is given a nervous system that can ask what Earth means. That sounds poetic, but it points to something real. Life is not separate from its environment. It is molded by it. Everybody is in a negotiation with the world that produced it. So if another world produced life, that life might not simply be a different version of us. It might be strange in ways we cannot picture, because its planet asked completely different questions. What does life become in a world with no day and night cycle? What does intelligence become under permanent cloud cover? What does culture become without seasons? What does technology become without fire? What does fear become without predators? What does curiosity become if the stars are never visible? This is where the alien question becomes less about monsters and more about assumptions. We assume eyes because light matters to us. We assume voices because air carries sound for us. We assume hands because tools matter to us. We assume cities because our intelligence has become social, physical, and architectural. But the universe does not owe life the same problems, and it does not owe intelligence the same solutions. Earth may be weird because Earth creates a very specific kind of creature, a surface animal under a transparent sky, with fire, weather, land, oceans, seasons, death, memory, and stars overhead. That combination may be exactly what made us dream of aliens in the first place. A species under ice might never see the night sky. A species in a dense atmosphere might never see distant stars clearly. A species in an environment with no open flame might develop intelligence without rockets. A species with no hands might understand its world without reshaping it the way we do. We do not just search for aliens because we are intelligent. We search because Earth allowed intelligence to look up. That may be one of the strangest things about us. Not that we think, but we can see the universe and feel lonely inside it. Still, there is a danger here. It is easy to turn this idea into human importance, to say Earth is special, therefore, humans are the center of the story. But that is not the best conclusion. The better conclusion is quieter. Earth may be rare, but rare does not mean chosen. A snowflake can be rare, a fossil can be rare, a fragile ecosystem can be rare. Rarity does not make something superior, it makes it vulnerable. If Earth is unusual, then the ordinary things around us become harder to dismiss. A rainy afternoon is not just weather, it is a planetary system working. A forest is not just scenery, it is chemistry, sunlight, time, and life holding together. A breath is not just automatic, it is participation in an atmosphere made breathable by a long history of living things. A night sky is not just darkness with dots. It is the view that may have changed one species forever. This is the emotional reversal hidden inside the question. At first, asking, "What if Earth is the strange one?" sounds like a science fiction idea, a fun twist, a way to make aliens seem less alien and humans seem more bizarre. But the deeper you follow it, the more it turns back toward home. Because if Earth is a cosmic oddity, then normal life is not normal at all. Breakfast is strange. Rain is strange. Grass pushing through pavement is strange. A child learning words is strange. A body healing itself is strange. A species building telescopes to search for others is strange. Even boredom is strange, because it means a conscious creature on a living planet can become so used to existence that it stops noticing the miracle under its feet. Maybe aliens would not arrive and immediately be amazed by our weapons, our buildings, or our machines. Maybe they would be amazed by mud, by birdsong, by waves, by the fact that the ground is not silent, but crawling, rooting, digesting, blooming, hunting, dying, and beginning again. Maybe they would look at a human city and see something impressive, but then look at a forest and see something almost impossible. A planet that invented green, a planet that turned sunlight into bodies, a planet where dead things feed living things, a planet where chemistry became memory, and eventually where memory became a question. Of course, we do not know how common life is. The honest answer is still unfinished. The universe may be full of living worlds. Earth may be one voice in a vast biological chorus. Or it may be one of the few places where matter woke up and looked around. Both possibilities are overwhelming. If life is common, then Earth is part of something enormous. If life is rare, then Earth is something precious beyond calculation. Either way, the old question changes. We do not only ask, where are the aliens? We also ask, what would we look like to them? And maybe the answer is strange. Not strange because we are ugly or primitive or advanced. Strange because we are local. We are shaped by one sky, one ocean, one gravity, one history, one chain of accidents and adaptations. We are not the universe's default creature. We are Earth's accent. So the next time you see the planet in an image from space, try not to see it as a familiar blue marble. Try to see it as a visitor might, a wet stone near a star, a storm-wrapped sphere, a place where the surface moves, the air glows, the oceans breathe, and living things rise from chemistry to wonder what else might be out there. For all we know, the universe may be filled with worlds, but this one made whales, forests, firelight, language, grief, music, and eyes that can recognize their own planet from space. Maybe aliens are strange. Maybe they are beyond anything we can imagine. But before we ever meet them, there is one alien world we have still not fully understood. It is under our feet, and we call it home.